Hi, I'm Wayne Alaroot for Personal Liberty. Have you heard the latest mind-blowing statistic about this Obama economy? There are now more Americans getting food assistance checks, 101 million, than people working in the private sector, 97 million. Who's going to pay those bills, Mr. Obama? Well, the answer has always been clear. Entrepreneurs and small business owners like me. People with those now rare American values. Work ethic, ambition, self-reliance, rugged individualism, and personal responsibility. People with enthusiasm for work and for building a legacy for their families. You know, those people you hate and resent, Mr. Obama? Well, I've got a sad story about the end of all that, and perhaps the end of America. You see, I'm your typical entrepreneur and capitalist evangelist. The kind of American that President Obama will just never understand. You see, I actually enjoy working long hours, and I'm willing to risk my life savings on a business idea. I believe I'm the only one responsible to feed, clothe, and house my family, not government. I get up early and work late, 14 to 16 hours a day. I work weekends and holidays. All my vacations are working vacations, 24/7. That's my motto. That's the life of an entrepreneur. Now, no one put a gun to my head. I chose this life. It's my choice to risk my own money and work long hours. It's my choice to provide my family with the best. I'm not looking for a blue ribbon or a pat on the back. But I also don't expect my president to hate me or resent me for my success and my work ethic, or to kick me in the gut or spit in my face. Mr. President, you shouldn't be demonizing, denigrating, and insulting me. You shouldn't be claiming that people like me don't pay our fair share, when in reality, your Obama voters pay nothing and expect checks back. You shouldn't be saying you didn't build that. Actually, yes, we did. Our work ethic, job creation, and taxes pay for everything government builds. We did build that. Our taxes pay for the checks you give to your Obama voters. Mr. President, you have no right to put us down while complimenting and rewarding those who aren't willing to sacrifice for success and don't feel personal responsibility. Come on, that's bizarre. That's insulting. You have no right to redistribute our money to those who don't have our work ethic. That kills our spirit. That kills our enthusiasm. That damages, maybe kills the U.S. economy. Certainly kills jobs. There's no need to debate anymore. The Obama economy proves what happens when you punish and demonize the job creators. It's called disaster. Last week, the mainstream media celebrated a month with 195,000 jobs created. Really? The truth is sobering. The U.S. economy last month gained 360,000 part-time jobs and lost 240,000 full-time jobs. There's now 28 million Americans in part-time jobs. The second leading employer in America is a temp agency. Only 47% of Americans are actually working. Welcome to Obamageddon. There are no good jobs, only crummy, crappy part-time jobs. To get ready for your next job, repeat after me. Sir, would you like a shake with your cheeseburger and fries? It would be funny if it wasn't so tragic. But Mr. President, I'll give you credit for one achievement. I thought it could never happen. You have single-handedly cured me of my work ethic and addiction to success. I am healed. Mr. Obama, you have set me free. This past weekend, I experienced how the other half lives. For the first time in my adult life, I took the entire holiday weekend off. As a work-at-home father, I run all my businesses from home. I normally spend a few hours each day with my children, between phone calls and answering 300 emails and multiple daily meetings and conference calls and other work requirements. But this weekend, my wife and my 5-year-old daughter visited friends in Los Angeles, leaving me as the sole caregiver for my sons, aged 9 and 13, for the entire 4-day July 4th holiday weekend. So, I decided to clear the decks for the first time in my life, to just have some fun, to experience what life is like for the typical non-business owner on a holiday weekend. I ignored emails, I stopped taking business calls, I turned down several business meetings, I just shut it all down. Guess what? I had a ball. My boys and I watched guys' movies, shoot-'em-up movies. We went gun shooting. We shot off fireworks, our own personal fireworks display. We played football, we ate steak dinners. It was the ultimate father-son weekend with no business interruptions. And that's when I realized, I'm done. It no longer pays to sacrifice under Obama. There is no payoff. I've sacrificed 14 to 16 hours a day to build businesses, to create jobs, to give my family the best life possible. I've done that for 30 years, but I'm done. You win. You've pulled off the impossible, Mr. Obama. You've reformed me. I was the poster boy for workaholic entrepreneur, but not anymore. Mr. President, Why should I sacrifice so your voters can have free Obama phones and food stamps? Why should I work for an abusive boss like you who resents my sacrifices? Why should I work long hours so your voters can grab more of my money while classifying ambition, sacrifice, discipline, and personal responsibility as greedy? Under your system, the more I make, the less I keep. There is no incentive, so why put in the extra effort? The answer is, I no longer will. Mr. Obama, I'm done giving 110%. There is no extra credit, so why do the extra work? When a hardworking entrepreneur like me loses his love for work, stops putting in longer hours, takes weekends off, turns down the third or even fourth career because it's not worth the effort, you better turn out the lights and close the door, because the party is over. But you do have one little problem, Obama. Who's going to pay the bills? Who's going to pay for those 101 million Americans, a.k.a. Obama voters, on food assistance? Who's going to pay your $7 billion bill to expand electricity access in Africa? Or your $100 million travel bills? Or your free health care for 300 million Americans? Who's going to pay for the bloated pensions of 22 million government employees? Who's going to pay the interest on your $100 trillion in debt and unfunded liabilities? Forget about the principal, just the interest. Well, not me anymore. And you can bet if I've come to this never-before-imagined decision to slow down and no longer give 110%, so have millions of other entrepreneurs and capitalist evangelists. So, Mr. Obama, I sure hope you have a backup plan to pay the bills. Maybe all those free Obama phone recipients could spare a dime. Maybe you could convince all those Obama voters on food assistance to stop using their food stamps for booze and strip clubs. Maybe you could convince Bangladesh to host Aid America concerts. Or, Mr. President, you could simply hide under the bed covers while presiding over the total collapse of the U.S. economy. Congratulations. You've proven that socialism doesn't work. Eventually, you run out of other people's money. Isn't payback a you-know-what? It starts with a B. I'm Wayne Alaroot for Personal Liberty. See you next week, same time, same place. Go surfing. Go hunting. Knit a dress. God bless America. Under the Obama economy, who needs to work? See you next week.